Hi, I'm Jan ten Bruggencate with the Science Channel on Pacific Network. I've just entered a portal on history, the entrance to the Makauwahi Cave and sinkhole. Here, where sediments are 30 feet deep and go 10,000 years back, Dr. David Burney of the National Tropical Botanical Garden and his wife Lyda have probed the history of this region. How did you come to find out about this place and begin working here?
Well, back in 1992, shortly before Hurricane Iniki, we happened to wander into this place, and I recognized right away that this had great potential because I'd worked in similar places in Puerto Rico, Madagascar, Africa, and various other places. This has been one of the richest sites in the whole Pacific region for that. About 45 species of birds have been identified from the bones we found in here, including probably at least 7 species that were unknown to science before we began to work here. So the whole landscape of prehistoric times was preserved here for year after year over a period of more than 10,000 years. So that makes it special for us because what we're interested in as paleoecologists is reconstructing the whole environment, not just the human artifacts or the bones of one particular kinds of animals or something of that sort, but to try to get the whole story of what was this place like before humans, and then what happened after humans arrived, and what did the people do.
Tell me a little bit about what the theory is, what it is you're doing here.
Well, since we had the fossil pollen and fossil seed evidence going back as much as 10,000 years, it was showing us what was growing here in the past. We had the idea that maybe we could plant some of those things back and try to sort of reconstruct the environment as to what it was like before the early Polynesians arrived.
We're very interested in the past, and we spent many years here studying the past and also in other sites throughout the Hawaiian Islands and elsewhere on islands around the world. But increasingly, in the last 5 or 6 years, Lyda and I have focused on the future, in a sense, using this information from the past, which can be remarkably detailed in a site like this, where the preservation is so good, to then design ecological and cultural restoration activities that are based on a fairly detailed picture of what it was like before. We have school groups of all ages that participate. We have Native Hawaiian groups that they've helped us to do reconstructions of some of the traditional agricultural techniques. So we feel like we're not only, in a sense, trying to do something here to protect and restore native species, but also the old Hawaiian ways of doing things and the old landscape uses that existed on this property. So in that way, the place is a kind of living museum. We like to think of it as more vital than a museum, though, and that we're really aiming at the future now to try to find ways to keep some of these very rare species, or these old Hawaiian agricultural varieties, from going extinct. So we're really looking to the future using the past as a guide.